Mysticraven. Alright, so I'm going to try something a little different on my Warden. Been playing with Warden for about 2 days, and I usually like my maces, but I'm deciding to go with the battle axe instead. Very important reason why I'm doing this. We're going to go infuse. We're going to go with that a nice oblivion damage. It really complements the Slodes build really nice. But one of the things, Axe has a chance to apply a bleed effect in the passives for the 2H. Right? So melee attacks have a 16% chance to apply a bleed attack, dealing 8,829 physical damage over 6 seconds. What's nice about bleed, it ignores penetration. And what I'm also going to do is level up Cleave, because it also applies a bleed. But what's really nice is an AoE effect, and I want to get the more for the shield. So I can play Pocket along with the Bone Shield stack. So I feel like that's going to be a really nice necessity. I'll be giving up the CC, the hard CC on D-Swing, but D-Swing is just so easily counterable, and sometimes it really doesn't help in those pocket moments. And given the fact that I'm using Sheer Venom on top of Slodes, I feel like I need that extra little pressure to really kind of impact the game, like to make it even worse for players coming into my melee game. So it'll apply necessary. I'm essentially going to be applying 4 dot effects at one time, like essentially. So this is really, really good for me to say, okay, you want to play? Well, come in. Let's do this. And for the DK, I feel like that is one of the pressure classes that you have to kind of like, hold on here. Let me pull this up here. All right. Okay. Hold on. Let me turn this down. Deacon, what's up? Helly, morning. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what I can do with it. You know, if it's going to pan out, I just think it's going to be a better scenario all the way around for me to say, hey, you know what? Why don't we go ahead, try to implement the Cleave, give up the CC because D-Swing's basically a hit or miss, pun intended, and just go with it. Just kind of hit really hard, you know, if we're going to go inside. If we're going to play the inside game, why not take advantage of that when we need to? So I had the range game down with this build, and I really like that, you know. And then on top of it, we can, you know, when everything gets clustered, take advantage of the shield morph of Cleave and get a little bit more survivability in the pocket, stacked with the bone shield, and then our self-sustaining heals. So this is what's going on in the back of my mind. Now keep in mind, I'm not the strongest stand player. So that's something I really need to be working on, is like trying to get the weave in with the shocks. Now the shocks is going to apply poison damage. I had a chance to apply a debuff. So we'll see how everything goes in this. Okay, I'm going to try to group up with my dudes. Oh, he's got it bad. He's dead. Nice. See all that damage? Just keeps ticking, just keeps ticking, just keeps ticking. Keep those damage modifiers, keep applying them. The team needs to get together. They're kind of a little bit here and there.
Get those ruts!
Nice job, Purple. Purple staying together really nice. Oh my God, my team. God. God. Ugh. Too many little fucking corners that you can... Come on! Gotta watch the back. Come on. Good play. All right. We'll see how much damage I'm doing after this. God damn it. Nice. Team's got to turn around. Watch your flanks. We'll see how much damage I push out. Don't fucking res me. That's a fucking noob thing to do. God, how can you tell there's a noob? They're trying to fucking res at a battleground. This is not fucking Cyrodiil. God damn it, now we're sandwiched. God, fuck! Green's not doing themselves any favors. I mean, red. Bye. What the fuck was behind me? See how the dots are just stacking on him? That's what I'm hoping for anyways. Okay. Get together. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Got him, I think. I don't.
Farewell to victory.
I'd rather have red kill me. Yes, kill me. Thank you. Stop fucking chasing. Don't go to their base. That's the fucking noob tactic. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? They're the winning team. You draw them. Holy fuck. Fucking noobs. Fucking noobs. We had it almost fucking tied at the time. Now let the fucking red do their fucking thing. Fucking pressure. And we hit them from behind. We get everybody. There's the fucking purple. I don't think so, bitch. Come on, you little puss. Fucking. Boy, my team is just so fucking sucky. Can't even give support. I bet you I out-damaged majority of these motherfuckers, and I came in late. Fucking A, man. They just need one more kill. Purple's got this. Look at this little pussy. I hate... Yep, there's the death. 643. This blade did a little bit more. That shield's going to come in handy. 738. 590. These guys even under fucking... There was only one person on the team did more damage than I did. Holy fuck. God, man. Little things. Morning, brother. Hope your morning is going good so far. It is. I'm trying to get my morph, which it can be morphed now. So I'm pretty happy. So I'm going to take that shield, man. That shield's going to come in handy. Just really is. I feel like that's the main thing that this build just going to offset need. Keep applying pressure. Little things, man. It's the little things that adds up in a build. It's the little meticulous stuff that'll, you know, offset, make it even more cancerous than before. There's cancer builds, don't get me wrong. There's builds that are like really AIDS out there. But if you just give it just one little thing, one more little detail, and then all of a sudden, poof, it's just that much worse, you know? And that's what we're going for. That's what we're going for. Carve is good, but I want Brawler. I want that damage shield. Because in that pocket, I'm telling you, I just think it's going to make the difference. I just think it's going to make a world of a difference to have a shield play in. Now, I could say Carve would be a great one. But to be honest with you, I just feel like that's something I'm needing to take a look at. I was actually thinking about getting rid of the subterranean assaults and go with a gap closer, but at this point, I don't feel like that's something I should even fuck with. I was just like, you know what? I have speed with the bird of prey, so I just feel like we maintain the bird of prey. We get that major endurance, just maintaining everything. So, you know, that to me is going to be a, you know, huge difference there. We get 2477, so sustain is really good when you pop it. Got to weave in heavy, get that splash damage, and then get the shield stack with the, you know, the spike bone shield. But I wanted to try it. I was like, I've got to try this, you know. I've got to, you know, try to get this figured out, put it together, and just see where we're at, you know. But honestly, I think it's going to be really good. You know, we got a lot of heal, we got a lot of sustain. We're missing, you know, a CC, but you know, overall, I feel like the bleed effect, along with the sheer venom, add that with the slows, so on and so forth. I think we're going to be good, because keep in mind, the bow is going to stay sharpened, you know, to give me that little oomph. But given the fact that I'm getting major fracture applied with the shocks, I'm getting that poison damage applied. I'm also getting, you know, the bleeds in effect, along with slows and all of this. Because my finisher also... my 2H finisher will proc sheer venom as well. So significantly, I can add all of these dots. Just keep applying a shitload of dots. Thing about it is, I'm in medium armor. I'm using chewed on, but I need to get a little bit more survivability in that pocket. I'm going to go over here with this dude. Boy, I hope you can heal. I hope you can fucking heal. That was a lot. We did good. I'm not salty about that death. Just me, myself, and I down there. I'm fine with it. Green is running over too much, man. I'm still burning up. I'm still on fire. What the fuck? You guys see this? You see this? What the fuck? Oh.
We've taken the point.
Oh, dude. You don't come up to me. Why are you running up to me? I'm killing you. What the fuck is that person doing? What were they smoking? Here. Let me... Dude, get your fucking ass back here. Holy fuck, those dots are hard. They just stack. It's just like... It's like it's dot fest. It's Morse code. Dot, 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 dot. What's it say? I'm dying. Dot, 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 dot. It's Morse code for like, I'm fucked. Bleeds need... I honestly think bleeds overperform. I'll be honest. I feel like bleeds do need a resistance. A resistance should be applied to bleeds, right? To ignore penetration is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's utterly fucking bogus. It's one of those things like, yes, I understand... But it really, every other thing has a resistance to it except bleeds. It's that and Oblivion damage. Ignore penetration. Oblivion damage doesn't scale. Guess what? Bleeds do. Bleeds scale. So if a bleed will scale, why doesn't it have penetration? Because there's a limit. There's a, a very, Purple Haze, good morning, bro. What's up, brother? How'd you like your weekend of BDO, brother? I wish I was on this weekend, but unfortunately, Xbox, what can I say? What can I say? Fucking Xbox. Some shit. But bleeds are just overperforming, man. They just really are. I mean, and it is what it is. Holy fuck. What do I always come into? Trust me, boys, you do not want to get too... Oh, dude, got infected. Throw you a heal, dude. Oh, it's a werewolfy. Eat it, werewolfy. Come on, recover, god dang it!
The ball is loose. The ball is...
Could somebody get a fucking ball? We got it, we got it, we got it! Oh, yes, 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 yes. Cool, 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 cool. Here, dude. Night. What the hell are you smoking, son? What the fuck? Fall damage! Howl of Agony is no joke. I will not subscribe till werewolves get nerfed. People are like, when are you coming back? I'm like, when they fix their bullshit. Chaos Ball did a lot of damage. I knew I was like, man, I'm going to take a lot of damage from this thing. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine.
Blades at the ready. The ball is loose.
Come on. Yep. Why in the fuck is my healing not proccing? God fuck! I hit that thing like 3 fucking times! Fucking game is garbage. This game is fucking garbage. Don't worry. Shit that you need is never gonna fucking work when you fucking need it. I can promise you. Fuck you, green. Fucking purple. I can hit over 6K with Howl of Agony on my build. It's so stupid. I can't even do it. Because it's just so fucking dumb. God. Yeah, bitch! Yeah, bitch! Oh shit, I'm dead. Who fucking killed your little ass? Get your fucking plar out of here, motherfucker! You ain't fucking shit. You going one-on-one with me? With me? You died? You died like a mo? You died like a moji? Moji?
Somebody grab the ball back.
It's fucking shit. put him in the hole. Try to. My team needs to, you know, get up. Oh, dude, you got it bad, Bo. You die. Yep, eat it because the purple's on your ass. Got your little bitch. It's Lycan. Oh, he's the best. He's the best. I'll tell you what, on PS4, this dude's the best wolf you'll ever see. He's the best. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're going to look at a werewolf, Lycan is the fucking shit. We gotta stop fucking Green's little fucking shit.
Catch that ball. Defend that ball. Blades at the ready. The ball is loose.
Bullshit! Bull fucking shit! Forward momentum, motherfuckers! I got stuck. I got fucking... the knockback should work. I shouldn't get stunned. God, fuck. I don't know. It probably did. I'm just pissed about it.
Don't give up now.
Wings, just spam the birds. Who in the fuck is that?
Quickly grab the bull! Get the bull!
Dude, are you planning on it? God dang it, Lycan. They're all on me. Fucking dicks. They're all like, get him! Get him now! That's smart. Keep me out of the game. What the fuck? Fuck. I just don't want him to get it. Apply pressure to fucking Lycan as much as I can. No, bar swap, god damn it! Yeah, keep going. Because you guys might lose because of that, G. If you guys lose, it'll be because of G. I will promise if they lose and purple ends up getting this and they hold it for the last couple of seconds, it's because of G. But I'm out, so I can't apply any more pressure. My team, what a waste. Green's doing really good for the most part. Lycan's the best, though. Fucking GG, man. GG. Lycan's the shit. 25 and 7, 769,000 damage. Werewolves are just overpowered. And if you ask this mug, if you ask Lycan, he will tell you they need nerfed. He was the best werewolf we had prior to Wolf Hunter. Prior to Wolf Hunter, Lycan was our top werewolf on the PS4. And werewolf, and I got to talk to Lycan, and then Lycan was like, they completely overpowered werewolf. I was like, I agree. He's like, it's stupid. It's dumb. And this man, he knows werewolf better than I would put any money on anybody on PS4. Likens to me the shit. G did okay. 456, 16 and 5. Whatever. I had a lot of fucking deaths, but look, 503,000 damage over what? 456? And half the time I was taken out of commission trying to get the ball, but hey, whatever. Top score for my team. So let's see if anybody else did. This guy got a lot of friggin' damage. So the face, awesome. That looks so good, especially on a chaos ball. Holy spliff, really nice. Max always does good. I don't know who Rage Rider is. G is a good player, so I'm not disclaiming it. But there's the #1 werewolf in PS4. Hope everyone's Veteran Day is going good. Yeah, by the way, happy Veterans Day, anybody who's been on. How of Agony is their only DPS skill. The claw is a dot pass. Don't defend it. You ask the top lycanthrope here. I'll get him on chat if you want, Spartacus. You want me to get him on chat? I know him. You want me to get him in chat? How much you want to bet? I'll bet you the rest of the gold on my Xbox account that he says they need nerfed. They're overpowered. How much you want to bet on that gold? On the rest of mine in the account. Because I've already talked to him. And he's the top lycanthrope on our server. He's like, it's the scaling. We've already gone over this. The bleeds, ignore. Penetration. They're overperforming across the board. Bleeds are overperforming across the board. Bleeds need like a resistance applied. They scale. Bleeds scale. It's the only form of damage that can scale and it ignores penetration. It's the only one. Not even Oblivion can scale unless you use what? Infused. Either pack or infused will scale Oblivion damage. Nothing else will scale it. Nothing. Bleeds do. Werewolves get bleeds. You go berserker, you get bleed. You use your claws, you get bleed. Use Howl of Agony. You got a 6-man fear. Werewolves out damage everything across the board. Nothing in a single target is dealing as much than a werewolf. Nothing. Zero. And if you say that isn't broke, I don't know what to tell you. They have the most sustain out of anything in the game. They have more sustain than Vampire. Most people would say Vampire has a lot of sustain. That's true. That's really true. Use a shield. The shield will eat the bleed. Yeah, right. It will. You're absolutely right. But for Stamp Tunes, how many Stamp Tunes are running it? How many Stamp Tunes are running shields? How many? Werewolves get a 3 stack bleed without set. You add another set, you can get a 4 stack bleed. You can get and if you use an axe, your claws will inherit that passive. So if a werewolf uses axe on top, they can get 5 bleed proc. I've already shown that. You can get a 5 bleed proc on a werewolf. That's the point. Yeah, but 5 bleed that ignores penetration, Spartacus. 5 bleeds. I can get a 5 bleed proc with werewolf. I can get 5 bleed proc. You think the shields are going to help all that? It's on the forums that bleeds are overperforming, but that's not the problem. They scale. Here's my thing. You either got to do 2 things to even out the bleed. You got to prevent the scaling, like you would Oblivion, which isn't going to happen, or you have to make it resistance. It's an ultimate. They have no AoE damage. Howl of Agony is an AoE damage. It's an AoE effect. Heavy attack on werewolf applies splash damage. If you you can get like like, well, no, maybe not. But Howl of Agony is AoE. I don't know, I run a Stamplar bleed, don't bother me. Right. Right. But what I'm saying is, that is the top werewolf in the server. In our server on PS4. He's the top. He's the best. Lycan is the best. And when the best werewolf will tell you, yeah, it's fucked. And is he going to change not being a werewolf? No, he's always a fucking werewolf. Plus, I'm not saying they need to whatever. I'm saying even without werewolf, bleeds are overperforming. They're overperforming. Get together. There he is. See, I told you I know him. Me and Lycan had this conversation. We had this conversation. I run cancer. I'll take the cancer. I don't give a fuck. I'll run that shit till it's fucking blue in the face.
Blood must be shed.
Damn right! I'll run cancer. I'll run cancer in this game. I know every little weak spot to this game. Every... And I promise you, they'll hate me for it. Every motherfucker will hate me for it. If you want my opinion how to fix it, I'll tell you how to fix it. People ain't gonna like it, but and hey, it's the fucking truth. Oh, dude, I feel almost bad for him. Almost. Stay in fucking mist. Stay in your fucking little cloak, dude. You better pray. Bad decision, boy. Puss. Alright. Good job, green team. They're actually getting together. Holy fuck me. Holy fuck me. Fuck me, mama. Regroup. Regroup, regroup, regroup. Regroup, 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 regroup. Group, 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 group. Fucking pussy. I hate the big pussy ones. The pussy ones or the blades are the ones I really despise. The ones that are so pussy that can't even fucking get a kill without, like... Yo! Whoa, they're putting me to work today, mommy. They're putting me to work today, mommy. Where in the fuck is my other teammates? Fucking dumb fucks were chasing. Oh my god. Just keep them in position. Fucking blades. Nice. I'll give it up to that blade. God. No, you fucking noob! Get to fuck together! Oh my god. Shit, was my buff off? Holy fuck. Oh my god, these guys are so fucking noobs! Scrubs even! God, son of a bitch. They're fucking feeding... Fuck. We was right in the respawn point, too. It's my fault. That one's my fault. God, fuck! How many times? How many times? Stay together! Stay together! Fucking idiots! Red team, GG, man. They already win. Fucking, I can't carry an entire fucking team, man. Hold on. Taking it all, taking the number one, and fuck it all, fuck it all. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. It was so close. Oh, my heart was just, Super Snake did really good. I like this blade. I like this blade. I really like that blade. I like that blade. That blade was tight. That blade was tight. 427. And he did 597. That is impressive. I like that blade. They're stronger in BGs than Cyrodiil, but werewolves are easy to counter. I mean, a werewolf and wreck. Dude, Spartacus, I will get this dude on here. How much you want to bet? How did I get suspended? I don't know, dude. I really don't know how I got suspended. I reported a dude. Okay, so listen, I got on and there's this Xbox player who keeps harassing me. I blocked him on this channel over 100 times, literally. And I'm not exaggerating that, like all the time. He always gets banned. He was popping me up. I get in chat, word, whatever. And I'm like, dude, fuck you. I'm done. Whatever. I blocked him again and I report him for harassment. I get online and I'm suspended. I'm suspended. And I'm like, fuck Xbox. I don't even know what I did. I don't even know what I did. I'm like, Xbox is so fucking whatever, because I've never experienced that. And I have 4 Xboxes in this house. 4. And I'm like, what the fuck? I only got 2 PlayStations, but I got 4 Xboxes. So I'm like, that's some bullshit. That's bullshit. I like this. I like this build, especially when I'm getting in close. I really do like it. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this. I'm not the best stand player. I will tell you that. I'll be the first to tell you, man. My stand game isn't where it needs to be. But given the fact that I'm using such broken shit, bleeding, listen. Let's reintegrate what I'm doing here. Okay? Let's reintegrate this. Axe, 16% chance to apply a bleed, ignores penetration. Carve, applies a bleed, 2 bleeds. Add to slows, 3 dot effects. Add to sheer venom, 4 dot effects. I have 4 dot effects firing all the time. 4 dot effects that can be fired. So, and on top of that, poison injector. So if it's a single target, I can get up to 5 fucking dot effects applied. Hell, werewolf is kind of broke, but orc werewolf is broke. Yeah, I can't get Stam Warden down. You can't? Yeah, it's a little rough. Like I said, my Stam game's not where it needs to be, but I really do like this. I mean, I took out the D-swing, but the close-in game with the shield just really works. I mean, bleed. Look, bleed effect. 16% chance, and when we come into this and we go down into skills, it's going to get nerfed a little bit. But heavy weapons, 6,000. That's 1,000 every second. On top of my slows, right? Which is 848, and then my sheer venom, which is over 1,000 each second. I mean, holy fuck. The amount of fucking terror that I'm bringing into a fucking player, you better heal for your... You better be spending everything you can to keep healing or cleansing. And remember, cleanses will only remove 2 effects. So if I get 4 effects applied, you're only cleansing 2 of them. You got to do it twice to get to cleanse it, to purge it. $60K health? Fuck that. Don't mind if I do.
Raise your swords to the sky.
It's not gonna kill me. I'd rather have purple get it. Why? Because they got a tank. That's what I was afraid of. Fucking purple. It's where... You're no way you're taking out that dude. This could be a pre-made all the way. Because no fucking BG dude brings in 64 fucking K. Fuck! At least fucking get it, purple! Holy fuck! We're gonna lose this. They have a fucking 60K fucking health tank. What the fuck are you doing, homie? Nice. Fucking dicks. Fucking two of them are like, fucking take. Well, I'm not the ball carrier. Why? Why? I keep asking myself, is there just a target over my head that says Mysticraven? Oh, wait a minute. There is. I'm sorry. I forgot. I forgot. Fucking purple. Fucking. There's always that one team that will help you lose. Even if they're not going to win. Oh, dude, you can DK all you want, man. Why in the fuck? I was testing my werewolf build. I believe you have YouTube. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Oh, dude, I've got to get him in here. Fucking purple. It's always purple. Get off me! Yes, get it, get it, get it. God dang it. Go fucking score some fucking points. You son of a bitches. Nice, what's up? Blazing shield, spike bone shield. Yeah, spike bone shield's badass. I love spike bone shield. God, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch! Dude, still dotted. And dude, like, it's like, oh, I'm fucking no, protect your ball carrier. Get the fuck off me. Fucking. Get on your fucking balls, man. Not on my balls. Get on your balls. Fucking A. Go figure. Purple. Purple, purple, purple. Outlive that. Yep.
We can still turn this around.
Come here, DK. Now let me infect you. Oh, you got it bad, son. I know you do. I wouldn't be doing that. Told you, motherfucker. Bullshit, wrong bar, I'm dead. I'm dead. GG! My team's not even trying. Why do I give a fuck? Uses the synergy on my balls. Yeah. I definitely got to get Lycan in here. I've got to get Lycan in here. I'm going to ask him to come in on the show today. Get his perspective on Werewolf. The top werewolf on the PS4. We'll get the werewolf, the top werewolf's perspective. It hits hard. Look at those dots fly. It hits hard, boys and girls.
Get that ball. Go, go. Don't let go of that ball.
Where's my teammates? Where's my teammates? I don't care if they win. We lost anyways. My team's chasing fucking kills. Bunch of fucking noobs. Look at this. Look at these dumb fuckers. Oh my god. They suck. They suck so bad. They don't even know what an objective is. Fucking scrublets. Scrublets! I would love to get Lycan in here. We're going to see if we can get Lycan in here. We're sending him an invite. Hey, Lycan, can you get your mic on, bro? Brother, also, dude, I was just bragging you up, brother. I'm like, this is the best werewolf we have on the PS4. Cause, dude, I PvP'd with and against you. I don't know how many times, Lycan. How many? I mean, it's been countless. And I honestly, and I tell people, I don't see anybody else play werewolf as well as you do because your name says it all. Lycanthrope Rage. I mean, dude, you played werewolf. How many werewolves do you have now, Lycan?
How many werewolf tunes?
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them. So, now let's get this out of the way. You've been playing werewolf even prior to Wolf Hunter.
Yep.
And we were actually talking prior to werewolf launch. Remember that? You were like, helping some people, with their werewolf at the werewolf shrine and stuff. And we bumped into each other. Now, by the way, nice build, by the way, dude. Your Howl of Agony and BG's doing like 6K, almost like 5 something, 6K. I'm like, whoa. So, now, what's your opinion? I want an unbiased opinion from pre-Wolf Hunter to now. Your opinion, not me even asking any questions. Where was werewolf then? Where's werewolf now? And where werewolf should be.
Alright, so before Wolf Hunter, for my personal, you say unbiased, right?
No, my unbiased, because I don't want to influence your opinion. So I'm not going to ask questions. I just want you to give it unscripted.
Oh, okay. Well, before Wolf Hunter, werewolf for PvP was a lot better. Basically, combination and effect. Now it's kind of built differently.
Mm-hmm.
You have the fear, you have to think like
6, right.
it's a lot harder
Right.
When Wolf Hunter first launched for me, I noticed that
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't run it anymore because the stamina is too low, and when they nerfed it, they nerfed the weapon damage. Werewolf, I know that there's that more now, but that's slow at this threat.
Right.
I don't really like that.
Well, with Berserker, here's a question. I mean, because you've played both werewolves. So with the stacking effect, like, because you know that werewolves inherently pick up the passives from the weapon type that they're wielding, right? So if it's axes, they'll pick up that axe. If it's a mace, they'll pick up that mace bonus and whatever. They don't? Now, what about, but the enchantment they do, right? Okay. So it's only on the enchantment and not the weapon passives themselves. Okay. So with all these bleed effects now and all these sets, do you feel like some of the CC had to be taken away, given the fact that Berserker I can apply 5 different dots with Werewolf based on my sets? You know, and bleeds ignore penetration.
I think the reason they got rid of the stun is because they added the extra wooden gear now.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when the werewolf was first out in the
Right. 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 I don't either. I like pack leader.
every time you hit somebody with a light attack, it just reapplies. So that's why, honestly, I was watching some things on night.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting though how pack leader now has an inherent taunt. Did you notice that? It's kind of weird. I liked it. I thought like some of the life change abilities were really good with werewolf, especially applying and activating synergy. But where I felt like the problem was the stacked effect that werewolves get, because I'm like, for you, like being on top of me, no offense to anybody, but you can 3-shot me if you get on top of me. If you get on top of me and you fear me, you can 3-shot me. Would you say that's pretty accurate?
Yeah, currently now, I do believe werewolf actually got nerfed.
Mm-hmm. 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 I wouldn't necessarily run a DK. For some weird reason, at that time, the DK was not hitting as hard. Mm-hmm.
As like Warden Werewolf, by the way. People say the Warden Werewolf doesn't really get any passive. That's not true. They actually get passive.
Oh, dude, yeah, because of the healing. Dude, excellent point, man.
Yeah. So, before the Wolf Hunter, when that's knocked somebody down, the Hogan Roger setup,
Uh-huh.
I hit them at least for like 10k now. Especially if they're like wearing light armor, they have the shields up.
Uh-huh.
The full combination. It's killed them. And also, at the time, heavy attack for some reason for me was like when I get them like below 25% health, I would heavy attack like 2,000 damage. I don't know. It kind of got nerfed a little bit. It's kind of like 6,000 now.
6,000. Yeah, it's only 6,000. Like, that sounds crazy though when you're saying it, because like now, I mean, when now I know you like to play up front and personal, and that's always been your kind of play style. Usually, I think one of the best aspects to you really know how to play. You know, pick your targets accordingly. You never the problem I see most werewolves do when they first learn werewolf is they get a little overzealous and they jump. And by the way, Zai, hello. I'm not trying to welcome to the stream. They jump in without spacing they're having problems spacing, but you don't seem to have that problem. You really do know how to work your game outside in. Am I accurate in that assumption? Because you really do seem to do that very well.
Well, it's kind of whenever you play PvP for a very long time, you kind of learn that. I know the difference between PvE and PvE. A lot of PvE players have that sense of awareness that's kind of good. That's not always true. Obviously, there's some outstanding PvE players, but yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But also, when I'm talking about my play style, the reason I have to be up front is because how the passive works.
Mm-hmm.
If I can have infinite wolf form, I would actually technically stalk my opponents in PvP, pick them off like that. Like, you know, like an actual wolf would if it's a lone wolf.
Right.
Now, last night, we just did a huge werewolf surge.
Oh, they can't hear you. Can you go to your settings and unlock it? Do you know how to do that, Lycan?
Yeah, hang on. How do you do that?
You go into your networking. You go your networking and permissions. No, right. And it's kind of awesome that you came in here. It's because I was saying, you know, I'm like, I got to talk to the top werewolf on our server. And I'm like, and if anybody would know werewolf, it would be Lycanthrope Rage, man. He's the top. He's the you know, the pun intended, the top dog of werewolves in PvP.
You said network?
Yeah, it's like in your settings. Hold on, guys. You're going to see a black screen for a minute. I do apologize. You go to yeah, I think it's in you go into network and no, that's not it. Let me see. I'm trying to find it. It's permissions. It's under like permissions and stuff. Like recording and permissions. Let me see if it's under account management. No. Oh, privacy settings. Yeah, it's under privacy settings under account management. I want to say it's either that one or parental controls family. I don't think that's it. No, that's not it. So, and then you can go to devices too. I think you can do it in this one. I'm not sure. Ice, what's up, brother? Not much. Shouldn't you be in school? Oh, you don't? My kids do. Where is it at, Ice? No, I mean the permissions. You're got. Okay, so that's in the party settings. Okay.
Yeah, let me see. But let me just try to do it in the party. Let's see if that.
Yeah.
Worse.
Alright, can you hear me now?
Can you guys hear him now? Let me put the play button, or turn up the volume, I should say. Go ahead and say a couple things.
Hello.
Let me put the play button, or turn up the volume, I should say. Go ahead and say a couple things. Just keep talking.
Hey, what up?
Yep, you're there. You're here. Go ahead. So everybody, welcome Lycanthrope Rage. Like I said, in my opinion, this is my humble opinion. I view this man as the top dog of werewolves in our server. Because why? You play all werewolves, right, Lycan?
Yeah. Now, there is other werewolves on Elder Scrolls that I have, beef with, obviously. I don't know why. They always think, I'm trying to, up them or something. But, honestly, a lot of that just came from drama. But,
right.
Anyway. See, people always act like, oh, you're being carried by werewolf. And I'm like, well, yeah, technically, because it's my build. And if you're going to
But you ran werewolf prior Wolf Hunter, and I think that's the big deal here, because you know werewolf. But when you went through, Well, here's the deal. Me and Lycan could talk about this. When Lycan, you would say there was a very dark time for werewolves in Elder Scrolls, right?
Yeah.
And you were there still playing it, right or wrong?
Yep.
So I think that's the credit that needs to be deserved to you. And like you were talking, like, now please explain the Warden version of the lycanthrope, because that's where you were going at, and I want you to finish that.
All right. Well, anyway, there's some people that say that the Warden werewolf doesn't like get any passives, but apparently from the, let me actually look at the skills now. It's in the green balance, right? Mm-hmm. It's called maturation, I think.
Maturation. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, well, so when you activate a heal on yourself or an ally, you grant the target minor toughness, increasing their max health by 10% for 20 seconds.
Well, his self-heal will proc it.
It works in Wolf, too.
Yeah. That's nice. That's awesome.
If you use, like, Claws of Life, that will proc.
Oh,
if
nice.
If you use any sets that does healing effects, that will proc it as well. From my experience, I don't know. And also, the animal companions, for some reason, seem to heal my werewolf. I don't know if it's just me with that, but
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about like stam scaling one time, and now because the werewolf does get a stam scale, a percentage base, and then we see the weapon damage increase along with sustain. So when we're taking a look at class building for a werewolf, is it relative to what set you're going to use for which scaling? Is it better to go the weapon damage on a certain class, or is it better to go with the your stamp scaling?
All right, so for my personal opinion, obviously, before Wolf Hunter, okay, it was all about maximum stamina. Like, you can have like 7,000 weapon damage and you wouldn't be able to kill certain people if your stamina was too low. I run into that with myself. I ran into a tank where I could not kill him. And also the Blood and Rage passive sucks, so obviously it's worth it. But, like I was saying, now the whole thing Grogger, when you drop people with the stun because of the maximum stamina, they were dead. Now, I think it's more about based upon your weapon damage than it is maximum stamina. And I heard that it kind of got changed. The mighty in your CP points is the more you have into that, the higher you actually hit. From my personal opinion, that's what I've been getting tested on. For sets for PvP, Werewolf is better as a hybrid for PvP than it is just a pure stamina build. Yeah, Shackle Breaker is good. There's really no other. I mean, there is other sets out there. I've been looking to try to get rid of Shackles and whatever other sets I got.
Now, what about resource management? Because werewolves have really good passive towards their resource management. So, do you feel like, a set like Bone Pirates is beneficial or not as beneficial for the werewolf, given the fact?
Okay, so when I actually tried to run Bone Pirate before, the problem with Bone Pirate, in my opinion, because you have to drink that dubious drink or whatever to get it to, and your magical pool is too low, and that's a problem for PvP. Maximum resources is more important for PvP if you're playing as a werewolf, for sure. You don't need to have stam recovery into your character sheet or whatever it is. You just need to be able to have the off-balance effect, either from tactician or the ferocious polymorph, but not off-balance. And then heavy attack though, it's like you get like at least 10k stamina per heavy attack. It's ridiculous. That's one of the reasons it's so easy to sustain, especially when you're fighting more than one person. If you can clear all of them, you can keep heavy attacking and keep dodge rolling and keep your evasion up. But eventually, they're going to catch you because your magic pool is run out. Unless you have like tripod, lingering health pods or something. Stuff like that.
Now, we had this discussion that I was unsubbing. You knew I was unsubbing due to the Wolf Hunter because I felt like, I personally feel, with the bleed effects, the scaling system, the sustain, I feel werewolves are a little, because there's at this point with the 3-hit combos that like werewolves can't pull off with competent werewolves, and that's the big issue here. Competent. I feel werewolves are a little OP. Personal opinion, like, and yes, no, are werewolves overpowered? Are they balanced? Or where should werewolves be? I value your opinion in this matter.
All right, so this is going to be a kind of a long answer. So when we're talking about I'm gonna go into the game perspective in a second, but when we're talking about werewolves in general, like lycanthropy, you're looking at a supernatural creature. Obviously, they're gonna be more enhanced than your average character or whatever. I think, from my opinion, I've been beaten by obviously the deadliest, poison and DKs that absolutely just destroy you because you're a werewolf. For some reason, you take poison damage. I don't know where they got that from. They had it in there somewhere. Now, are they overpowered? To an extent, depends who you're fighting. If you're fighting a group of people, it really helps to kind of sustain yourself with fears and stuff. Before Wolf Hunter, it was kind of better for 1v1s, in my opinion. You can easily dispatch them with stun and stuff. Now it's more, kind of seems to be more group oriented than it was. Now, there was before a particular time, the Call of the Pack passive, I guess it was glitched, but if you had at least 4 werewolves in one group, you had infinite form running around in Cyrodiil.
Right, I do remember that.
Yeah, and they never put it in the patch notes. I don't know why they got rid of it. I don't know. It was actually very fun, but I could see why they did. If you had too many werewolves running around, that's,
But it made interesting gameplay because I felt like at that time, werewolf, was more beneficial in packs. Like, it meant something to be a part of a pack, and I don't feel like the damage at that time was overdrawn given the fact that they didn't have a back bar. But it did hurt them not to be able to synergize, not be able to interact with their environment. So I did like the life scale changes with Wolf Hunter.
Right. Now, see, I do a lot of people as a werewolf. There's going to be a lot of serious biased views. People are going to tell you that, hey, you're running werewolf, you're being carried, they're going to call you trash and stuff like that. We all know those type of people. They get mad like that every time. And obviously when you give them the facts and stuff that you have 2 skill bars, 2 bars, you can have defile, you can have snares, you can have you spam up with DPS, and guess what? Your abilities don't have to cost as much as mine, especially for stamina. Right. That's probably why they add that passive, the pursuit passive for heavy attacks regain. So, to be honest with you, I just think it's going to come down to the person in general.
Well, when we're taking a look at a side-by-side hit for hit, we know that now werewolves can pull, up to about 60k, depending on the sets, without a back bar rotation, on a light attack rotation. And I'm like, to me, this is kind of the problem where I'm going into bleed, and I'm not just talking about werewolf. I'm saying bleed in general is just overperforming. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the problem with bleed is we only have 2 forms of damage types that ignore penetration, and bleed being one of them. The problem of it is Oblivion ignores penetration, but it doesn't scale. Bleeds do. Right. And then we have to take a look at that, where I feel like we need to, understand. I mean, I understand, but I feel like werewolf scaling isn't the issue. It's how the damage is dealt. You know what I'm saying? That's the issue.
For me, I was running a while back. I was like before the Wolf Hunter. I was trying to figure out how to try to get a werewolf into a PvE group. Obviously, it was kind of nearly impossible because of the passives and the sets I had out at the time. Definitely possible. I did see someone hit 30k DP. That's horrible, but obviously the reason he hit 30k was because the werewolf was. I was more PvE, PvP oriented at the time. But now, when I was doing a little test, I noticed if they increase the speed of the light attacks, now they have that Blood Moon set, that werewolf hit insanely high DPS because how much damage they do with their light attacks. You can just imagine if the Blood Moon set just kept proccing, you would probably have like 70k DPS if you had the right setup. Now, werewolf. I mean, it's really difficult to try to, because, you know, I don't have a PC system. I can't look at the
the metrics.
Yeah. Is it overpowered in some fields? Yes. Crowd control, definitely. You can basically control a whole group of people. For damage, for PvE, yes, the damage is amazing. For PvP, not so much, because you can't stun people and lock them onto the ground as much.
Yeah, and I felt like, okay, so I thought it was kind of a weird trade because Spartacus, who's a viewer of mine, he loved the stun. And I felt like, okay, they took away the stun because, you know, all of these effects, you know, in the scaling system, they're dealing a shitload of damage now. Way more, in my opinion, than prior. But, you know, and the same thing with the Warden. The Warden lacks a, you know, a CC effect within its kit. But I felt like the fear that the werewolf brings to the table is very powerful. It's the only two fears that target up to 6 players is the werewolf and the ground trap effect from the Nightblade. And that can be very powerful. Now, a lot of people will argue that, oh, okay, well, you can break, you know, a fear. And I'm like, well, here's the deal with the wolf. And I'm like, if the wolf fears you, if he pounces and fears you, you're toast. Because all he does is the rousing roar and swipe. Even if you get away, the bleed now, if he has just applied a bleed effect on top of your ass with the claws, you're dead. There's nothing you can do. Well, no, I don't think you run slows. Have you ran slows, like, and I've never seen you with slows.
Nope. I don't run slows. I saw people try to do it on their wolf builds, and it absolutely failed. I did see where it could be effective. For me, I'm always a competitive werewolf player, so when I see another werewolf in PvP, I'm automatically on them. I'm going to just kill them. That's basically how I look at it. I was like, okay, so there can't be 2 of us here.
Right. Now, have you ran a pack in BGs?
Oh, yeah, dude. I have a guild. Yeah, man, I've been doing it before.
Now, how do you like pack now?
Oh, it's a lot more effective, especially with the fear.
With the synergies, do you like, and especially synergizing now, especially with light attacks and stuff? You know, is werewolf overpowered at this point? Because from a player like you were killing players before Wolf Hunter. If anybody can say if it's balanced, overpowered, underpowered, where do you stand? Where do you think? Should they bring a CC back? What should ZOS be doing with werewolf?
All right, this is my opinion. This is what they should do. They should nerf the fear and add the stun back.
I agree. I think the fear should go down to 2. Bring the stun back. Wouldn't you say that's a good trade-off? And here was my point. Like, I feel, and no offense to Pack Leader, I feel like Pack Leader's resistance is good. The taunt is really good, but I feel like they need to bring down the DPS a little bit to give Berserker a more, you know, appeal to wanting to take Berserker. Because right now, Pack Leader is just dominant, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it is, definitely. For me, it's true. For me personally, the Berserker right now, I do not like the extra bleed damage because every time you do a light attack, it restacks. And
it's not resolving. It's pointless almost.
Yeah, you can't stun them either. So it's like, what's the point? I mean, besides the looks of it and stuff,
right?
Whatever.
Now, wouldn't it be nice to actually just increase the Berserker's dot effects as a passive versus applying another bleed effect?
Okay, well, think about this for a second. Okay, remember the Pack Leader passive that when you did heavy attacks, you could maintain Wolf longer?
Right.
I was thinking, what if they, get rid of the Dire Wolves and add that back to Pack Leader? Or what they can do, they could take that passive and give it to a Berserker. I know it's kind of funny. Right?
That's a nice trade-off as well. But we're talking about a healthy aspect to werewolf. You know, where it defines both forms of werewolf. Now, a lot of people say it should deal X amount of damage because it's an ultimate. Do you agree? Now, once again, you say it is supernatural, so it should have some benefits to it.
See, I kind of hate that it's an ultimate, to be honest, because like, people that ask and they put some on the forum before the Wolf Hunter came out. They're asking what type of skills and stuff, and I got with a buddy of mine. By the way, his name is Alpha Wolf Beast. He does have a YouTube channel called Elias Wolf 77. Big lycanthrope fan, by the way. And that's one of the guys that I actually trained with. That's how I became so good. It's because of constantly training at the time when werewolf was crap apparently to people.
Right.
Now him and I were talking about the conversation about ultimate versus an actual skill. Now, if you look at like DC Universe, they do have a werewolf, right?
Right. In nature.
Yeah, and all they do is like light attacks and stuff, and a few other abilities. But you also have like your class abilities too. I was thinking that maybe they could have done that. Maybe get rid of the extra stamina.
Yes, I said, why can't we use a couple of class-based abilities with the werewolf to get a back bar?
Yep.
If it's going to be an ultimate, why not be able to use not weapon abilities, but class-based abilities to pair with it? What it does is it opens up the possibility for werewolf support roles, werewolf tank, werewolf DPS. It opens up the werewolf to give diversity to it. Vampire, it's like,
Oh yeah, so think about this. This would be a serious patch if they ever did this. So Alpha Wolf Beast and I were talking about this too. What if they remove the werewolf skill line? Okay, they remove the skill line, created werewolf class and a vampire class, or pick the race, like Argonian or whatever, for the class, right? And we were thinking about this. So we were thinking about, because in lore, lycanthropes have different forms of transformations. So you have like a transformation skill line, then you have like the rage skill line, and then you have like nature skill line or something like that. You have a nature skill line that gives you like nature abilities, like some Hercene abilities or something like that, and then rage, damage, all damage abilities and stuff like that, and transformation, different forms. Like you can turn into a regular wolf, or you can just... Now, I know some people want like werebears and all that. That would be pretty cool to add into the game, but I can see where the complication would be. They would have to come up with a whole new thing for them. So that's what I was thinking. Like, or if they don't do that, if they make werewolf a skill, they should give werewolf its own ultimate too. So I mean, that'd be interesting. There's so many different ways they can take it, But obviously they probably realize that would just take a long time to do that. But then again, people would lose a lot of money because they paid for the werewolf fight and stuff like that. And I was just thinking maybe it shouldn't be a fight anymore. But
1 second.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, it's kind of funny though. It really is, because you got people out there trying to sell it for like 40,000 gold or something like that, and I was just like, Right. I mean, werewolf now, it's definitely a lot better than it was, sure. But they just shot him over. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, well, since I think they should remove the name Pack Leader, because it's kind of defeating the purpose. If you're an alpha wolf, you're obviously the strongest one. But for the Berserker term, I don't know why. I guess they just named it that because extra damage. We all know what a Berserker was, you know, like the Nordic and stuff. Yeah. What if I was thinking, you know, before the Wolf Hunter came out, I was thinking, you know,
I feel like they dropped the
monster
ball
set.
with the Wolf Hunter. I will say this. I felt like there was not enough between Pack and Berserker, between the passives, to indicate why one would be more favorable over the other from a PvP perspective. Sure, PvE, they made it competitive now. They made it justifiable. Okay, great. You know what I'm saying? But I honestly felt like it was almost a crime that, you know, Berserker didn't like give out more, like the damage that the pack leader should have got reduced damage, and Berserker should have been the dominant, you know, damage type. But like I look at, you know, pack leader now as like the alpha wolf. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, why would I want to go anything else at this moment? You know?
That's actually a good point right there. Maybe nerf the pack leader damage and maybe give them an increased timer in wolf form, but the Berserker gets an insane amount of damage. Besides, you know, they could do something like that. Now, I was thinking, you know, before the Wolf Hunter pack came out or whatever, I was thinking, what if they released a monster set that allowed you to spawn like actual werewolves instead of like, you know, the dire wolves you get from the pack leader.
Right.
Obviously, werewolf NPCs.
Like, I feel like the only thing I can't justify what Zoss did. Like, they did Wolf Hunter. Was it a gimmick? Like, and yes or no? Do you think it was a gimmick DLC?
To be honest with you, I'm gonna say yes. I know they did this on purpose. See, what they did, in my opinion, is they tricked the players.
Right.
You see, they removed the stuns. They nerfed the werewolf in PvP. PvE, it kind of seems like it's kind of just there. It's a higher damage output, obviously, but it's a gimmick, to be honest.
It's a gimmick. And I felt like the one thing that I was a little bit more pissed with, I'm a 40-year-old man. I had played MMOs for 20 years. And the one thing I can tell every company, just bring the content out. Don't put the gimmick to lure people into playing something. You know? Don't bring them in here like whatever. But yes, I love the life changing events for werewolves, like synergizing, being able to apply different synergies between morphs, making things a little bit more unique. I applaud that. But what I don't appreciate is, you know, you scale everything to a dramatic number and basically are trying to get everybody on this bandwagon. And it's like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, that's one of the things that you know, my guild and I talk about. I would say pack members in this case. We talk about a lot of people are going to be hopping on whatever's good. I guess you would call it meta, but werewolf isn't meta.
No, I felt like actually I'm surprised more people didn't like. You know, look at these cheating bastards! Fucking cheats! Fucking little cheating little cocksuckers! Fucking little fucking, they fucking went behind the wall to pull it.
Yeah, there's a lot of fishy stuff that happens. Oh, man. Yeah, it was full of crap. I know it was a gimmick. I know it was a bandwagon pool.
Right.
I know it was kind of like a money thing, obviously.
Absolutely.
Now, when Wolf Hunter launched, this really did, you know, piss me off, was the fact that the werewolf resistances was bugged. It took for a minute to figure that out, and I was like, wait, why am I taking so much damage previously? Then someone came out with a video on YouTube. I think his name is R Dicer, but he plays on Xbox. He was like, "Oh, the werewolf is glitched and stuff like that," and I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." Somebody kept telling me that I was taking more damage. I don't know why Zoss does this. They promote something, and then when it comes out, it doesn't even work. Like, I don't know why they do that. At least for Werewolf. But anyway, our pack members and I were talking about these other Werewolf guilds that are just randomly just showing up, especially in Cyrodiil. Maybe like packs of them, and we try to cleanse those beats. So they quit playing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's the one thing that I noticed between the alliances.
They get like right behind this wall and somehow target it and then just move. I don't know how in the fuck. But they get like...
Yeah. That's the one thing that I've noticed about Cyrodiil. It's all about the Zergs. The Zergs. You can't get anything done unless you're in a Zerg, unless you're really, really good solo. Yep.
I'm asking, geez, why cheat? Like, why do they do that? When you know something's broke, why do people cheat in this game? Why? I mean, I just feel like crazy. So, next, let's say they make some adjustments, Lycanthrope. Let's say they make that some of these adjustments. Not cheating, you can do it all since day one. I know, it's an exploit.
I mean, even if they do make some changes, it doesn't matter if they nerf Werewolf to hell and back, I'll still use it and I'll still make it effective. When I was running that Werewolf group yesterday, I commented and said, Zoss is going to nerf us. I know it, they're going to nerf us again. They always. Yeah, but see, for me, since I'm a big Lycanthrope fan, Werewolf fan, for a very long time, I'm always going to be like, I'm going to use Wolf regardless. That's the only reason I even came to ESO. I was like, if they have Werewolves and Elder Scrolls Online, just because I played the Skyrim game, I played the other Elder Scrolls games as well. I was like, yeah, this is the reason I even came to this game. If Werewolf wasn't in this game, I wouldn't be playing it.
Right.
That's just me.
But, like you said, you've been there. You've done this. You've been playing Werewolf. But, like, I take a look at Werewolf, and I'm like, what needs to happen is the separation between the two, more distinct separation between, Pack and Berserker. And I have no problem with whatever, but when I get three-shotted, like, I keep saying counter needs to be, like, I don't think, like, they put in proper counterplay in this game. I'm tired of the PvE devs controlling the PvP, because you can tell they're not PvPers. Like, Circle of Protection would be a great counter to Werewolf. But it's what? Like 5K? 6K?
Mm-hmm.
Lycanthrope, what do you think?
I agree with you. I agree with you on that one.
It's like, stop putting... what pisses me off is, like, more than anything, stop putting PvE devs to PvP mechanics. Because you can tell they are fucking dumb as fuck when it comes to counterplay. It's like, the first thing a PvP dev thinks is, what's the counter? And honestly, like, I feel like potions, we should have cleanses that can be crafted through potions. Because it's already on the global cooldown. This is the only game that I've seen that we don't have a potion cleanse. A potion that can cleanse something. I mean,
I agree.
I just feel like my main thing is, like, I'm getting three-shotted by Werewolf now, where prior it was probably like 5. He would kill me maybe 5. You had to be, I think prior to Wolf Hunter, you had to be more strategic as a Werewolf. Now it's just like, pounce, swipe, roar, dead.
It was kind of like always like that for me. I've always done other people, but
Right. But add light attacks to the bleeds now. Add the sets that we can apply. Add the way the werewolf now is scaled, and I feel like that's the problem. I don't feel like the life changes are a bad thing. I don't feel like where they wanted to go is a bad thing. I like the taunt that's being applied to Pack Hunter, but I want to see, like you said, why not make him get if it is an ultimate, why not give werewolf a back bar, and why not allow them to use class-based abilities to give more diversity to the werewolf? Because you still have to put the werewolf abilities on bar. So why not give the werewolf a spore heal and make a healing werewolf? You know, I mean, why not do these really cool things that you could have a werewolf shaman? I mean, come on, lycanthrope, would that not be badass? I mean, you run a guild. I mean, how good would it be for your guild to have diversity in the werewolf?
That's true. That's true.
The packs would, not if they do it right.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, I feel like they gimmicked everything up too much, stacked the werewolf to say, okay, we're going to apply the life changes, but we're not going to really, make werewolf where you have to, you're going to choose, hey, I really want to go berserker. What the fuck? Like you said, what's the point?
They didn't do anything to berserker. I was like, what? That was the point. Yeah, they didn't do anything. They kind of, in my opinion, they kind of screwed the berserker up big time.
And I feel like Pack is just overperforming because of that. We add the passives, we add the pets, and I feel that Pack is just the dominant. And I get it is the pack leader; it is supposed to have some dominance. But if it has a taunt ability and it has this association to it with the pets, why wouldn't we make it more like? I feel like if you take Pack, the passive should be increased, like a tank werewolf, more resistance, less damage, right? More health, not more damage. Like I feel like that passive, like the innate passives should be cut between the two, between Pack and Berserker, making Berserker more appealing for the people who want to deal damage.
That's true. You know how you have the 25% stamina increase? Maybe do that. Maybe add add that only to the berserker. Take that away from the pack leader and add health bonuses for the pack leader.
Thank you. See, this is why, man. Absolutely right. Absolutely. And then just give them a back bar and give them the capability of sliding in class-based abilities. I think, honestly, if they were to do that, it would diversify werewolf. You could scale down just a smidge, some of maybe the little performance, because now they have a back bar. Now you can afford to say, instead of 30% stamina boost and a crazy amount of weapon damage, you could literally say, okay, hey guys, we're going to go ahead and scale this down just a little bit, but we'll maintain the sustain because it is, like you said, an ultimate. So I feel that that's the one perk with the werewolf. The sustain is relative to the slot. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like you don't want to take away, for, like you said, the supernatural effect that the werewolves can heal fast or sustain fast. And I want the werewolf to have the identity it should have and the dominance, because I feel like you now are able to sustain a lot better in form. Right or wrong, or do you feel the previous form was better?
That's true.
So I feel your sustaining form now is so dominant. Like, I can't even get you not to be in lichen form. Like, that's the hard part, getting you to revert.
You basically say you can screw that when there's a whole pack of us with the Call of the Pack passive. None of us is getting out of wolf. Yeah, it's definitely a lot.
Yeah,
a lot better. Wolf, which is a good thing in a way.
I think it is a good thing. But I think add that with the damage, add this with the 6-man fear. Now, and it's the justification for no stun. I agree with you. Bring back the stun, cut down the fear to 2. Is that a fair? I think that's a fair trade.
That's fair.
I think that's a fair trade. And I honestly think we separate like you said, I love the idea of making pack more health-based, more tanky, more resilient, because now they can apply the other benefits to the pack. Like imagine like your buffs you get a buff for being an alpha, but like 5% of your overall health is applied to your pack. Right. Like the werewolf gives a buff for being the pack leader to its pack members. Lycanthrope, what do you think?
It's true. I think that's a good trade-off there.
Because it's a pack leader. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to, lead the pack into battle, and it's supposed to, give the dominance of what the pack can do. The pack follows him.
Check this out. So I was talking to somebody yesterday about this. What if the pack leader had, like, if you were saying you weren't in wolf form, okay, and you had it for werewolves, and everybody's a werewolf. You had a secondary ultimate, and when you proc that ultimate, you automatically put everyone in your group into wolf form because you are the pack leader, and you can cause them to transform.
See, this was what I thought. I honestly thought that werewolf should be kind of like Warden Bear. It should have the part where you spend ultimate to transform, and then you can generate ultimate and do like a ferocious, like Berserker would get, a Blood Rage, where you can proc the ultimate again, and you could see like it's starting to like do this like rabies type swiping stuff, and then pack leader it would give a buff. Yeah.
I was always thinking maybe, the Blood Moon said they probably just should add that to the Berserker. Think about it. The Berserker should have that capability.
Well, and that would be a good ultimate, like, you know what I'm saying? But generate ultimate. This is my whole thing. You're already in werewolf form, right? Why not allow the and people will be like, well, because you're going to untransform and then just pop it again. You're a fucking werewolf. That's the point. This is thinking.
What if you're in pack leader? What if you're in pack leader form? Since you're a pack leader, you get this ultimate, like I was saying, to cause your other wolf members, if they don't have their ultimate, to automatically transform because you're the pack leader.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be something. But also...
You'd have to make it a ridiculous cost, but yeah.
Oh, of course.
Like, I'm talking like 300 ultimate. No. There has to be a downside, is what I'm saying. So I feel like we have to address things. We have to address things like poison. I mean, Argonian werewolf is ridiculous right now. Bosner werewolf is ridiculous. Okay.
Argonian werewolf.
A werewolf with breath of life. No, I don't think so. Nobody plays. Yeah, in Cyrodiil, nobody plays werewolf. Not on PS4. On PC, they do. Berserker is supposed to do more DPS, right?
Supposed to, but since the bleeds reapply...
You take care of Zai.
But there's something that really kind of irritates me. I know you have the tech pots and stuff. If you're a werewolf, someone who goes invisible and you already know that they're there, you can already pick up their scent. I was talking about they could add like a predator ultimate or something.
What I don't like is we don't have the auto detect system in this game is garbage. There should be a natural detection system. Not saying insane, but if a Nightblade's right beside me, why wouldn't I be able to bump into him? Or like you said, why wouldn't you be able to smell a Nightblade so that your detection, you get like a detection radius of 10 meters, or a natural detection is like 3 meters. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, like the detection game. I'm not saying, make it the Nightblade's completely exposed at all times. I'm saying let's be realistic with the detection system. It's garbage. No, but the problem of it is, why do you think everybody rolled night blades for so long and prefer night blades? Because there's no consequence to the night blades. There's no consequence for them, jumping in. All they have to do is jump in and hit cloak if they make a mistake. They could literally be right beside you. Yeah, they can
That's
literally
one of
be
the biggest
beside
problems
you.
I
You
had
can't
with
see them.
Night Blades. Is their evasion, even though they nerfed their little thing or whatever, their evasion for some weird reason is still very high, and it's very annoying in my opinion because you gotta like chase them around rocks and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just want, when I play my blade, I can't play my blade. I main a mag blade. So that's my main. I do play stand blade, and I'm pretty sick with blades. But I'm not the best, but I'm sick with them, meaning I know how to, jump in and out of situations. And even if not, I'm like, oh shit, I made a mistake, just cloak. And it's like, to me, that's not really right. If I hit a cloak and the dude's right beside me and I'm cloaked, he should just be able to see me. No, well, I don't have a problem with the cloak system. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if I'm beside Lycanthrope Rage and I make a mistake, I shouldn't be able to hit a cloak and expect him not to be able to see me on top of him. Because a natural detection system be like, I can see you, motherfucker. Now, smoke bomb, like in World of Warcraft, we had smoke bombs. You know what I'm saying, for the rogue. So it would literally pop you back into stealth, and you could pull away from their detection radius. Because in World of Warcraft, there is a detection radius now, even after they implemented that. Because they were like, we got to do something because they're just stun locking. Okay. Mystic, why ain't you bitching about how hard their light attacks do? Because they all you've been saying. Yeah, light attacks. Okay, since Somerset. Yep, you asked for it. Somerset Wolf Hunter. Werewolf light attacks, OP or not? They're Lycanthrope Rage. Lycan?
Right, so I'm going to give you another long answer for this one. So when we're talking about a werewolf smacked you in the freaking face and knocked your head off your shoulders.
Oh, is that what they do? No way.
No, I wish. That's what they do in actual, that's what actual werewolves would do.
Right.
But in the game, maybe what we were talking about earlier, the skills and stuff. If you make the werewolf a skill, maybe you don't really get any howl abilities. Maybe you just get increased light attack damage. But now, since it's an ultimate, you're gonna have abilities and stuff like that.
Right.
So the light attack damage, not so much. It's not really much the light attack. I think it's more the bleed that gets you.
Right. But the two together is what pummels people.
Mm-hmm.
Right or wrong?
That's true.
Because we saw the increase with Somerset. We see the applied bleed. Werewolf doesn't, I understand the limited abilities, but Rousing Roar I can hit over a 6K with my Rouse. Because I'm using Hulking Draugr. I scale the stamina, like you said. I scale stamina. And then I add to, a bleed set. So I'm stacking the bleeds. Why? Because they're ignoring penetration. Now I scaled my stamina. Now I'm hitting over 2K light attacks. And now I'm hitting a 6K Rousing Roar. It's to me, nothing's hitting harder. There's no class hitting harder, pound for pound. If we were boxing and you put in, a mage, scaled light attacks and, trying to buff up light attacks, and then we see the werewolf with their light attacks, we go pound for light attacks, mage loses. We go any other class for skill, and it's Rousing Roar is the top hitting skill at the moment.
Oh, you mean the Howl of Agony?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Well,
no, the roar, and then all of a sudden, poof, you're getting ow.
you got to think about that. Don't you not see how big them hands are?
Well, yeah. But what I'm saying, when we're looking at werewolf pre-Wolf Hunter, and now there's a huge difference.
Oh, well, remember how I was telling you I was heavy attacking people before Wolf Hunter?
Right.
Now it's a little lower, but since you have all these abilities or more better passives, it doesn't really matter.
Absolutely. So what? Unless you're trying to sustain, Why heavy attack is a werewolf?
Why? To kill people.
Well, what I'm saying is your light attacks are doing so much damage, you can hit it in with your abilities, and it's just as effective now, is what I'm saying. Where before, your heavy attacks are a little bit more dominant.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, no, yeah, I hit over 50k on a light attack with just werewolf.
That's what I was saying earlier when I was talking before Wolf Hunter. I said if they increase light attack damage for werewolf, their damage would be insane, and look what they did with that set. So, yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, if you have the heavy attacks, what's the point of having a heavy attack if you can just I use the heavy attack for gaining my resources. Now,
Absolutely.
There is a combo that I do that absolutely, I don't know what animation canceling audio people call it. It's not really animation because
It's like a clip, more like clipping, would you say?
Yeah. So basically, fear, heavy attack, howl of agony, and they're dead majority of the time.
So when you're pulling back for your heavy, you clip it with your howl of agony. See, and that's the thing. This is my point. That's what I keep trying to tell Spartacus. Spartacus was like, no, they don't need a nerf werewolf. And I'm like, they need to adjust it. They do need a small nerf. And I'm like, but I do agree that, currently, do they bring back the stun in its werewolf in this state? No. But do they need to reduce the fear to bring back the stun? I agree with that, because it's like it should have a 2 target and then bring back the stun. The stun wasn't the issue. The problem of it is they said it was too much. Well, yeah, it's too much. You just gave them a 3-hit combo. So if they have a stun, there is no chance to counter. But now you're trying to claim there's counter to the werewolf, when actually if werewolf is a Bosner or Argonian and you try to build a poison build to counter this werewolf, that werewolf's going to laugh in your face as he's chewing on your throat.
Well, that's kind of the funny thing, right? The Wood Elf werewolf actually, to me, is actually less tankier than the Nord werewolf, because you get that rugged passive that's actually higher than that poison resistant passive.
Oh.
So it's kind of like, so if you're a Nord wolf, you're tankier than all of them.
But so what about, does the offset matter then, though?
Like, you mean off balance? Offset,
no, like the poison, the incoming poison damage.
No, not really. No, I mean for the Nord, it's a lot less.
I feel like Orc Werewolf 2 is just stupid crazy right now with speed capabilities.
Melee damage.
And melee and speed. I mean, when you see an Orc Werewolf, I'm like, fuck. Yeah, if they get on top of you, you're dead. And they can run so fast. I don't think Snipe Spam does it because the animation's a little better. Once an Orc Werewolf gets hit, they know how to run and sustain, and they loss out really good. I think one of the go ahead.
One of the races people look past is the Imperial. The Imperial race, to me.
Oh, not with the Werewolf. Werewolf, they would be probably one of the best. The stam, the increased stam, the resources on light attacks, and the health.
Because your healing is based off your maximum health.
Right.
That's why I run it, not because I get more melee damage from an orc. I like the orc. The problem with the orc for me is that their resources is too low sometimes.
Right. But they definitely can play. They can move in and out of a pocket, I think, better than most races.
Yes. For now, your best counter for a werewolf is going to be obviously another werewolf. But if someone wasn't a werewolf, it's going to be poison damage. Poison and defile and AoEs is your best bet to kill a werewolf unless you have a sniper.
But I feel like no, I don't.
I mean, it's kind of where it needs to be. I mean, remember it was like 9 seconds,
right?
When it was bad. With those poison details, right?
I just, I remember I told you, like, I was canceling until they adjust this, and you told me the only one thing, understandable. Because it's like, it's a gimmick. It was they did it intentionally. And I felt like the dominant, like I didn't mind the life skill. I don't mind it. I don't mind certain things. But I felt like they tried to implement a gimmick setup to promote the werewolf. It backfired on them in multitudes. And the dominant werewolves are still dominant. You there, Lycan? Might have had might have had some real life stuff. Yeah. Or something. He'll be back. Oh my. Like, I honestly, I come back to this, you know, because it's an ultimate. That's why they hit harder. Dude, this is it. This is coming from the top dude here, David. And he's even telling you the difference prior Wolf Hunter and pre. Like, there are differences. You there, Lycan?
Yeah, I'm there. I just got
okay,
back.
because Spartacus here, he's a hardcore werewolf fan like you, and he does not want to see werewolves get nerfed. And I'm like, it needs to be, something needs to be done. I don't want to get 3-shot and not be able to do shit about it. Is my point. Fucking not get try to keep the fuck at all cost. That's all you can do. Like you had 25 kills, like in that match, right or wrong?
Yeah, and actually the next match I went into, I got 31.
OP, yes. Do you know that Fang Rush got over 2 mil on a werewolf? That's been the highest recorded damage in a battleground.
Damn.
I will reintegrate the question from the top werewolf in PS4. Do werewolves need a slight nerf?
Yes.
Yes? Is it official?
I'm saying yes because because they need to just give its stun back, reduce the fear number. That's
and
all
scale down the damage just a tidbit. Not a lot, just a tid. Howl of Agony is an AoE, right? Lycan?
No, Howl of Agony. No. Howl of Agony is your spammable howl.
Right.
Your what's it called? So basically, you know what? I'll go to the werewolf skills right now. So the Howl of Agony, right? So when you fear somebody, deals 30% more damage to enemies that are feared.
Right, that's it. What's the AoE one? There is an AoE one though, isn't there?
Yeah, it's Claws of Anguish, and then you have Claws of Life that heals people.
Okay.
Heals yourself. Well, not isn't help people, but heals yourself. No, my bad. I said that wrong.
It heals
yourself. Yeah. But if you're running Troll King, it's going to heal other people.
Right. It'll proc it up.
But,
I like the morphs of werewolf. I like werewolf. I love the synergy. I love everything else. But over 2 million damage, and you can go to his channel and check that out. He has it posted. Over 2 million damage on a werewolf. And then on top of it, all of these things. And to me, it's like Zoss intentionally did this. It's like, why? Because a good werewolf was always a good werewolf. Like you, was you getting kills prior to Wolf Hunter?
Oh, dude, definitely, man. I got tons of screenshots of me just absolutely slaughtering people.
Yeah, so dude, I know. I trust you and me. I know, Lycan. I do. I understand. I was on the receiving end a couple of times. I think your form, like to me, I don't feel like the form change is a positive. So I like the form change. I like a lot of the changes, but the damage it's dealing is ridiculous. Given the fact, I agree the stun should be brought back in replace of 6 target fear. Take the fear down to 2 and bring in back the stun effect. Now, to me, I have no problem on that. 0. Because why? Because, you know, if it's on top of you, if your werewolf's on top of you, you pay the consequences. Right? That's one of those things that you need. And there's a very good counter to being stunned. You have emote pots. So I have no problem with that. You know, there are counterplay measures to this. What I can't get over is getting 3-shotted and then all of a sudden I had no chance at all to respond. Because by the time the werewolf's on top of me, if I didn't know he was going to pounce me, I'm already dead.
Okay. So remember I was telling you before Wolf Hunter when I stun you, a full combination from the werewolf will kill you.
Right.
Because see, when you get stunned, it's like it's kind of hard to break out. It's kind of like the Dawnbreaker stun. It's
Right.
Takes
Absolutely.
a second to get out. And while you're on the ground, you're dead.
But see, this was the thing. Prior to that, when I used to see you, I'd always drink my mole pot first because I knew you'd pounce me. So that would always kind of like, make sure that I wasn't being caught in the stun. I could still die from the combo. So I don't feel like the stun was the only thing that was contributing to the death aspect, because like I said, a good werewolf was always dominant.
Mm-hmm. Until you fought stuff that was counters to you.
Right.
1v1's werewolf, majority of the time, wins hand down if it's a competent or skilled one.
Absolutely.
Even against sorcerers. Sorcerers at one time were very OP with their, shield sacking and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since they have that, that 1 second delay or whatever, they die instantly.
Mm-hmm. It's easy to counter rearming trap,
really?
Dawnbreaker.
Oh, they did?
Right.
Okay.
They increased light attack because they gave them a bigger fear and took down knockdown, which I've been saying you can't nerf them if you can't revert the damage to before and give knockdown and reduce fear. I agree with that, Spartacus. We're agreeing with that. What we're saying is the damage output that the werewolf's doing is a lot more than what they did. But what we're trying to say is, revert some of the damage output to give them back their CC effect, to give them a little bit more, to give it skill back to the player. We're not saying nerf at all or anything. The life skills are important, and we need more diversity between the Alpha and the Berserker, because right now, Berserker's almost pointless. And I did not know about the reset on the bleed, and I'm actually glad you let me know that, and that's actually awesome that you told me about that.
Okay, so I'm on a test dummy right now, right? I have my buffs and debuffs on. So I'm only doing my pack leader. So I'm hitting, 7-second bleed, then I hit again, and it restarts.
That's crazy. Awesome stuff, dude. I mean, and that's all I'm saying. My thing is, bleed is, to me, take werewolf aside, bleed is overperforming because it's scalable, unmitigatable damage. The only thing you can do is put a shield on it or try to heal through it. Not even Oblivion scales like that. So I feel put resistance on bleeds, because you don't need. Why do I need penetration? I can literally say, fuck penetration, make an entire bleed build. And it's cancerous. It would be completely fucking cancerous.
I actually, let me see if I can actually find that screenshot. But there's basically, before Wolf Hunter, I made a bleed werewolf build, right? And I looked at the tooltip. And it was I was on the Berserker, and then the Berserker was actually better for PvP at the time. Mm-hmm. And my tooltip was 33,000 bleed damage over 8 seconds. Or
yes!
Like that.
Absolutely. That's prior Wolf Hunter. Right?
Yeah.
So see, that's my point. Wolves were good.
Alright, let me see if I can find that screenshot. It's gonna take me a second. I can't add player settings. Alright, well I'll send it to Iceman. I'll probably send it to you. Let me see if I can find it. Basically, Werewolves bleed damage to me, since you can't stun them. The Berserker's practically useless. You can't always reapply those bleeds, obviously, because it resets.
Same as before. Okay. Give them the knockdown. Now, Spartacus say what I've been saying. Give them back the knockdown and make the damage same as before. Killing as a werewolf was easier before Wolf Hunter. I feel like the skilled players. I agree with you, Spartacus. The way he was saying, how you set up the combos, get your stun effects. I agree. As far as damage output, we know werewolves are hitting harder now, but killing, I agree with you. I agree. And I agree with in what he's saying.
With the PvP, right?
Right.
I think I was watching a guy talk about this as well, that the PvE is a little bit different, sustained DPS, right, over time or whatever. And for PvP, it's all about kill combos. So when it's stun, you get a full kill combo, right?
Right.
Now it's kind of just you have to luckily catch them and stuff like that.
Right.
I can see it. They need to add the stun back, definitely.
Yeah, and I have no problem with that. And I feel like I agree with Spartacus on this. But I just feel the damage output now is way hitting harder. I mean, and that's why they justify taking away the stun. I completely think that is the right thing to do, Spartacus. Nerf down the damage a little bit. I'm not saying completely whatever. Werewolves are supposed to be threatening. If you get in front of a werewolf, you should be shitting yourself regardless. You know what I'm saying? I feel that's what a werewolf is intended to do. Given the amount that we have form sustain a lot better, I don't feel it was justifiable for them to increase the damage and say, you know what, since you guys are dealing so much damage, fuck your stun. Is what I'm saying. That was just bullshit. It was like, okay, so you cater to the PvE, and now we have a trickle damage effect to PvP, and we're not addressing the one thing that's supposed to be being addressed at all times, and that's counterplay.
Let me see if I can find.
Yeah, dude.
That was before Warhunter.
Yeah, look, I'm telling you, man. I've known Lycan for over a year now as a PvPer, and I keep trying to tell people, I'm like, I know the top fucking dog, literally, as the werewolf in PS4, and I'm keep trying to tell you guys, like, when he says, yeah, I'm looking forward, his exact words was, I am looking so forward to Wolf Hunter life changes and all of this. You were listing the stuff, and I was like, I think they went a little overboard, and you were like, I think they did, but they should be adjusting it, and they still have yet to adjust it.
Oh, well, I was actually, to be honest with you, I was actually was pissed that Wolf Hunter was released, because I knew when they said they got rid of that stun, I was like, this is gonna piss me off. But then I had to I had to adapt to it, and I don't really have a problem with stun anymore. I don't care if they add it back. Now I was thinking,
what about Skeletrex though? You could use Skeletrex, Lycan.
That's true. That's true. But guess what? I can stun with the Tactician passive, knock them off balance, dodge their attack, knock them off balance, heavy attack.
Now, how do you like in dodge roll now as a werewolf?
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah,
now,
like do you feel like there's I felt there was a little bit more defensive, a little bit more defensive play. How blocking and stuff worked, and being able to roll in and out a little bit better. I felt werewolf the movement felt a little bit better in my opinion. I'm not a very good werewolf, but I was like, I feel that the movement is a little better.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know. You're the werewolf expert. Not me.
Well, for me, the dodge rolling was kind of the same. I know the animations are a little smoother now, I think. But it was still the same. They made the dodge rolling. It's just the same. So, let's see here. Let's see if I can find that screenshot where I was heavy attacking them for 10k. I think it was a 10k crit hit.
Yeah, prior Wolf Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I felt like they just kind of put a fuck to, and then it's like, okay, great, we made a viable PvE shit. Now it shouldn't affect PvP, and it's like, that's bullshit. Like, everything you did now affects PvP. Like, dude, do you know how much my stam is on my werewolf build? Like, in 54k.
Actually, when I ran the hulking build before Wolf Hunter, it was 56k.
Was
now
it?
It's 54.
See,
Yeah.
I got 54, but I decided to use Chudon for a defensive, a stacking defensive when it was bugged. Yeah. But now do it, I'm like, holy fuck. And 20k resistance as a werewolf without a resistance set. Is that a little crazy? Even on both, the Berserker or Alpha. That's what another thing that pissed me off. I'm like, why isn't the resistance applied to Alpha and damage modifier applied to Berserker? That's what I was on. I'm like, why didn't they separate the resistance aspect between the wolves?
No one really knows, man.
Nobody knows. It's Zoss. And once again, we reintegrate this. If they do little things like that, it would make Berserker more appealing.
Now, this is what I was thinking what they should have done, too. I have many, many ideas that popped up. Now the howl that's supposed to stun people. What if they change? What if one of the morphs actually did a stun, but reduces the damage from the fear? 30% takes that away, but you get a stun.
Okay. So it's like, okay, yeah, you get this, but you lose your bonus. That is a great idea. So you trade off. Do you want your bonus damage for your fear, or do you want your stun? I like it.
I would see how the stun would be effective for the pack leader now, and give the Howl of Agony to the bleed if they give the Berserker the damage modifier.
It's brilliant. It's fucking brilliant, dude. You can tell you play werewolf. You can tell.
Yeah,
no, it's brilliant.
Yeah. I mean,
but I do have to wrap this up here, guys. It's always scalable, and you never mention bleed. I know we are all saying the same thing. It's always scalable, and you never mention bleed, right? You know, and we're all saying the same thing, Spartacus. But what I'm saying is the whole thing was a gimmick. The whole fucking DLC was a fucking gimmick. I'm a 40-year-old man. If I hit the cancel button because of a gimmick, it's because it was a gimmick. I'm not paying a company to put out fucking stupid shit. Just give me the content. If you want to make changes, make changes. But don't make it to the point where you're trying to attract players into that class because it's the whole thing set up as a gimmick. It's like, do you want to make werewolves appealing? All they had to do was, like you said, keep it like they did before, add the new life effects where they could synergize and apply synergies. And werewolf, in my opinion, would have still been strong and have been kept the functionality of the werewolves between the stuns, the heavy attacks, the light attacks, because like Lycanthrope is saying here, he did a lot. His playstyle was strong as his prior. So add the synergies, them capable of synergizing. Add the capability that they can use siege weapons. Add the capability of these effects, and I feel like PvP wise, it would have been good. Would they come out with a PvE build version? If they done it right, Berserker would have been the damage type, and they could have still add the taunt to the alpha, and now you have a werewolf tank.
Okay, so this is one thing that I'm gonna say real quick. It's now when anybody can pick up werewolf, and all they got to do is get health sets because it's based off your max health. And they're so unkillable. It even doesn't matter how much damage you have. If they can break out and pop a potion and heal, you're gonna have to keep trying to get them down. And that's a problem with me because I'm a competent werewolf player, and I don't like some noob picking it up and be able to just out sustain you with their heals. Well, obviously can't kill you either because their damage is too low.
Right.
But just heal for days, and I was just like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, so I felt like, the changes almost toxified the class, made it lesser valuable. Is that what you would say?
Yep.
Sad.
I constantly duel other werewolves, so I've run into this all the time. And I was like, before Wolf Hunter, I would have killed you. I would have killed you instantly with a stun and full combination, been dead. Now, since I can't stun you, you can just run in circles and hide behind your dire wolves and have to try to get to you. That's another issue. I just don't. For PvP, that's what I didn't like. But eventually I would get them. But it's for PvP in Citadel, you don't have all that time to do that. But in a duel, it's different, obviously. But
right. It's just food for thought. It makes you think, man. And I always tell people there's so much toxicity to this game. Like, I want PvP sets to mean something to the PvPers. I'm tired of seeing PvE sets be the dominant choice, for PvP builds. It's like, that is like counterproductive. When's the last time you took a PvP set, Lycan, and said, I have to have that fucking set?
Well, that's kind of the funny thing. The set Salvation, right?
Yeah.
The werewolf set.
I use it on my build, absolutely, on
down,
Sork.
Best set, hands down, for werewolf for PvP. PvE, it can be argued because you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Best set, PvP, hands down. There's no other set for werewolf. I mean, people were going to say like Ravager and all that, but no, that is just, it's not made for werewolf. It just isn't. Yeah, you get the melee stuff like that, but...
I was running Salvation Hulking.
Oh, you're running full medium build.
Yeah, but here was the kicker. I was using Chewed On for my resistance.
I see. I see. Um, You know, I tried something when Wolf Hunter launched. I actually created a Magicka variant of the werewolf. Obviously, it's still stamina. So what I did, I ran Hulking Draugr, Shacklebreaker, and put everything in 64 into Magicka, and I had like 28k mag in wolf form and a crap ton of health and a crap ton of stamina. And if I ran shooting, I'm basically unkillable unless I get like a Zerg on me or something.
Right. What I love also about Salvation, though, you can do back part now with the 2H and use a Master Bow or a Maelstrom weapon or something now.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just like Salvation in general. I just think it's just the best set for werewolf. And
it is, in my opinion, as well.
I mean, it's made for it, right?
Right.
Now, what I do believe is that they need to make the huge distinction between the sets of PvP and PvE, for sure. Maybe if you're going to go trying to get a PvP set, make it a little bit easier to get than try to doing that constantly farming, hoping to get it in the mail or buying it from a vendor or whatever.
What I don't like, though, we only have like 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 good PvP sets. But take a look at the PvE sets, and we have countless possibilities. And these become my issues. It's like, I can tell I don't have PvP devs working PvP. I can tell.
That's true.
Fuck no, they'd have to pay me a shitload, and I'd jump into fucking Robles' office every other day being like, put that fucking skill away and stop fucking with my PvP. You know, well, the thing about it is the animation, they fixed some of the animation, which alleviates some of the problem. And I said what the problem was to begin with. But we have to have some form of defile somewhere. You know? Honestly, I think the problem of it is we have a major, and then Poison Injector can still apply a minor. That's right. So I do recant that. It's the disease. So yeah, there was something else that was applying the minor. Oh, Nightblade. It was Nightblade. It was the fucking Incap, Mystic. Or Incap can be a double debuff. It can double dip debuff. I have no problem with the cost. It just take away disease and make it physical like it was at one time. And it still applied the debuff, so it just doesn't double dip. That's my opinion. That's all. That's my only suggestion. I wouldn't necessarily nerf it to the ground. So, you know, I mean, blades still have to have some, you know, have that blade effect. Yeah, I hate the health build werewolves. You should have like 30k as a werewolf. Yeah, it's crazy. See, and that's the thing. And I'm glad. And here's a big werewolf fan getting to listen to you, Lycan. So I'm actually glad that you jumped on the show today and gave your feedback because, like I said, I don't view any other werewolf on any platform as reputable as yours because on PS4 you are known as the dog, as the werewolf in PvP. We all know you in Battlegrounds. We all know you in Cyrodiil. So if anybody's going to have a right to voice on Lycanthrope, it's you.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, I'm going to let you all go, and I'm going to cut the stream. I want to thank everybody for watching today. Thank you, Lycanthrope. Thank you, Ice, for stopping in on the show. Much appreciated. As always, Mysticraven, Mystics MMOs, and as always, I already said that, have a nice day.